side. It's not even being political. I'm just saying, you know, the sides that they're in. But yeah, hype match. It's actually quite possibly redemption for Kipp. They've already raced in their groups earlier this tournament, and now we see them again for top 8.
Yeah, that is true. The last time they faced, they've actually improved their PB since then. Kipp went from 44 something to a 43.51. Behemoth went from a 41.33 to the now world record of 41.18. So both these guys definitely improved a little bit since the last time we saw them. Behemoth still probably going to be the favorite of these. It's really going to depend on him making a lot of mistakes and Kipp having another really good run like the one he had against Richmond where he got that PB. But definitely don't count Kipp out. But anyways, yeah, we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, definitely not. Kipp has been running incredible. Last time that he was racing against Behemoth, he was so driven. You know, he was, I think that run might have been something seconds right behind the world record at the time, from what was pointed out. So, I mean, I know Kipp is a huge fan of SM, huge fan of Behemoth, of course, and any of the top tier runners. So he's gonna make sure to give it his all and put up a really good race. I think he's willing to go all out and is gonna try to take advantages of whatever Behemoth, any safeties that he might take, you know, to just gain that little bit of time.
Definitely, Kipp is well aware of who his opponent is, and I'm sure we're gonna see him just go all out here, doing what he can in order to get any kind of edge he can on Behemoth.
Top of that, Behemoth needs no introduction. Everybody should know who he is. That's Mr. Fungineer himself. That's literally Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you haven't seen him IRL, just picture that, because that's really all you need to have in your head. Just Arnold Schwarzenegger when you see Behe.
All right, now both these guys on Zebus. Behemoth got a bit of a lead. Kipp had a little bit of trouble in the final series room, so lost a couple seconds. Another thing here is Behemoth is going to be using Moonfall in order to come down the climb quite a bit faster here, whereas Kipp does not actually use Moonwalk, so is not able to use Moonfall, which is going to widen up Behemoth's lead a little bit.
Yeah, so of course, both runners going new route. I'm pretty sure that everything else that you'll be seeing, aside from the races with Z Music and Jack, everything else you're going to be seeing is new route. Maybe, possibly, they'll try to do Kraid first for a safety, but I doubt that, just out of respect, for the sake of having a good old-fashioned race, it's going to be just traditional Fantoon, Ridley, Kraid, and Dragon.
Yeah, I could definitely see Behemoth going Kraid first, just because he knows that even with doing Kraid first, the dozen seconds or so that it is slower, he could still do that and kind of safely have a run that would beat Kipp's best. So we could see that, but at the same time, like you said, it could also just be a respect thing. Both these guys just kind of giving it their all, giving us a good show here.
Behemoth, of course, originator of this, not stealing tech from JD, of course, doing the Behe climb. And Kipp, I always found this strat pretty much the least complicated. I don't know, I found it more consistent over just wall jumping. Wall jumping just kind of tends to throw me off, but it's good to see that a lot more runners have been utilizing it and taking advantage of not always having to like fall down thanks to wall jumps or dropping a wall jump.
I want to point out something. Kipp accidentally took a hit at the end of the climb, and lost a good bit of energy. He tried to farm some back up coming up the parlor, but he still is not at max energy. So what that means is during this fight, the fastest way to kill BT is to use missiles, and you can farm off the orbs that he shoots to get missiles. But if you're not at full health, there's a good chance a lot of those drops are actually going to be health. You may not get enough missiles, and as you can see right there, Kipp just one missile short is going to have to substitute some P shots in order to get the fight off.
But I mean, it kind of worked out in his favor because Behemoth was getting, bomb trolled over by BT.
Yeah, even if you do get all the missile drops, like if your health's full and all you get is missile drops, sometimes BT just won't drop enough for you, and you still kind of have to spend some extra time doing another round or so in order to get the kill. So, not too bad. Still, not too big of a gap between these two guys.
None whatsoever. Kipp's gonna want to be careful here. He still needs to get his missiles. He's gonna hope that all these pirates drop. Should be good there. Whew. Oh, bless RNG on that.
Yeah, seriously. So these guys want to conserve health as much as they can, since Phantoon does a lot of damage, and they're going to be doing him very soon without any kind of safety equipment, really. You want to have 2 missiles when you go into this elevator, because when you kill these Gamers that Behemoth just killed and that Kipp is about to kill, they're pretty much guaranteed to give you missile drops, which lets you get through this first door here to the first super missile pack. So very good for Kipp that, although he had some missile troubles there, after Terminator, he managed to get 2 before hitting the elevator.
If there's going to be any safeties, I feel like it might be possibly just an extra missile pack, because a lot of new route runners typically end up going for a 15 max missiles, 10 max supers end game. But for the sake of having that, that breathing room, they might pick up 20. Something to just avoid soft locking, or they could just end up taking that real safety save at right before Mother Brain. Another safety that they could take is just getting a little bit more, maybe 1 extra E-tank, as Slotus had mentioned. If you do Kraid first, I believe that might only be like 7 seconds slower.
Yeah, a lot of it kind of depends on the drops you get too. The nice thing about saving Kraid for after Ridley is Mini Kraid and Kraid himself are good sources of super missiles, and going into Meridia, you want to have as many super missiles as possible for Batwoon, as well as to get through the doors and Ghidorahs on the way to Dragon. So some of it's kind of up to RNG as well, whether you lose much time doing Kraid first.
Nice job.
Yep, both of them getting a nice red tower climb. So they're just going to pick up their power bomb pack here, which gives them access to Rex ship, and then we're going to be coming up to Moat, which could potentially be a huge time swing for one of these guys. It's very easy to lose a lot of time in this room.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that this is the most nerve-wracking, so I kind of hope that none of these runners are listening to the commentary right now, just because, not to like psych them out. The Moat requires a lot of focus, and I mean, if you spend too much time there, it'll I don't know, I feel like it could possibly just end up frustrating a runner.
Yeah, there's 2 strategies you can use here. The one I think we're going to see Behemoth do. Oh, he's actually going to go for the CWJ, I think.
Yeah,
he got the jump. I'm not sure if he actually likes going for it. Oh, but he does.
But he went for it, yeah. Nice shot.
Yeah. So Behemoth just did, the first jump was frame perfect, and the second jump was double frame perfect. If you miss that, you fall into the water and you have to spend a lot of time going back. Kipp not getting the CWJ, he's going to go for the horizontal bomb jump back up, where he lands on that pillar there where the missile pack was, and he's going to lay some bombs pretty precisely in order to cross over. And as you can see, each time you fail that, you also fall down there and have to take some time to climb back up. So
Yeah.
very stressful room, especially in a race setting like this.
Let's give your power to Kipp. You should be able to clear this. There we are. Whew. And with the Behemoth already arriving at Fantoon. I mean, they're still not, you know, out of danger yet. Fantoon, anything can happen with Fantoon. That Doppler, though, that was pretty swaggy.
Yeah, it was.
Ooh. Nice. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a little scary with 18 energy. Still getting a really nice Fantoon fight though. With no suits, everything in this room does 40 damage, so you have to be really careful to take out all the flames and to avoid Fantoon as much as possible, which is part of the reason you want to conserve on energy so much before getting here. Kipp looks like
Getting it fast. Getting it too fast. That's really in his favor. That's... Oh, but the ammo.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he didn't get great ammo, so couldn't really get a ton of missiles in on there. He might go for a finish on this round if he gets... Oh man, he's really not getting any missiles.
Yeah, this is really weird. Definitely got that drop. Oh, Kipp. There it is. It's fine. Oh my gosh. That's a really good shot. That saved him. Oh, but that fast and still no miss. All right, there's the missiles. About time. Good job.
All right. Yeah, that was pretty scary. That was some of like the worst missile drops I've ever seen in that fight. Kipp really couldn't do a lot there just because he didn't. Or the only option he really had was to enrage Fantoon, which would have been a really big time sink. But
he handled it really well.
Yeah,
given what he was given, honestly. But really good job. Behemoth is already coming up on bowling, having a nice soft serve landing there.
Behemoth might be a little bit relieved since Kipp's last two opponents have taken deaths in the bowling room, so it looks like he's broken the curse for Kipp.
I mean, both Behemoth and Kipp were at 18 energy each during their Fantoon fights. So they were cutting it pretty close. Right now, it really is just a matter of how safe Behemoth wants to play it in order to keep this lead, too. I know Kipp wants to win, because that would be incredible if he pulled off that victory. Behemoth, his ammo count is something else, too. I mean, how do you farm this?
Well, he's gonna want some more power bombs. He could get one off the crab, and then there's also the frog and red tower. The super count's actually okay because he'll be able to farm in Batcave later. So he's looking okay right now. Kipp also has a lot of power bombs, and again, like the super count is pretty fine. But yeah, we'll see when they get to Batcave how many farms they have to do. But yeah, it looks like Behemoth is gonna get a couple extra supers off those cacks.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Oh, that was a cool
Yeah.
strat from Behemoth to farm that frog.
All right, and yeah, here's decision time. Again, I'm almost certain that Behemoth is not going to deviate from the original new route boss order.
So we see Behemoth here using a power bomb on the tube. You want to do this now because it's a little bit faster, since the spot the power bomb needs to hit is actually on the top left of the tube. And also when you come back here later, it's faster to just kind of jump right when you get in the room and fly to the top as you're heading up to Main Street. It's also just kind of nice using the power bomb there and not having to worry about it later, where in Meridia you kind of need a few power bombs just to traverse through and use X Factors. And you were right, Behemoth not going for Kraid. He is going to go all out, do Ridley first, no extra E-Tank, no Various Suit to help out with the gravity jump in the lava room.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, now thinking about it, about what Behemoth can do regarding his power bomb situations, you just farm on the way down to Lower Norfair. Because that's unless you get lucky, right? But I don't believe anything else really is going to be dropping power bombs.
Yeah, I think what Behemoth's going to do here is when he comes up to Cathedral, there's two mini Disgigas that basically drop a power bomb every single time. If you kind of stutter through the room a little bit, you can grab two power bombs, which for Behemoth is perfect since he can also farm some Violas right before he goes into Lower Norfair. Whereas Kipp, I think what we're going to see him do is sort of farm more power bombs before he comes up to Lower Norfair, because he's actually going to be going for a chronic boost in the Gravitron room. So he's not going to really have an opportunity to farm the Violas that Behemoth is going to farm.
Yeah, usually they're fine entering Lower Norfair with just, yep, there you go, called it. The powerbomb farm for Behemoth. They're fine going into Lower Norfair with even just 3 powerbombs. But that's also assuming that they get the fast builder strat to not really lose any time. It's a good staircase for Behemoth up Bubble Mountain. It's always been one of the coolest. Literally?
Alright, so at this point, these guys are kind of just picking up some items to make Lower Norfair a bit faster, sort of stocking up on ammo. Like we saw Behemoth grab power bombs, and we'll see him farm up some supers here. And then we're going to be coming up to the lava dive room, and I'm expecting these guys to have 2 different strategies. From Behemoth, we're probably going to see him go for the Lava Spark, which is a pretty precise short charge into a pretty tight Shine Spark in order to get up that room, whereas Kipp is going to be doing a chronic boost into a gravity jump. And while the Lava Spark is a little bit fast, oh, looks like Behemoth maybe wanted to skip wave missiles, but decided not to. But anyways, Behemoth is just going to be using spacer shots on Ridley, so he doesn't really have a reason to pause and take off any beams for X Factors right now, whereas Kipp is going to be using X Factors on Ridley, So doing the gravity jump is actually kind of beneficial to him because that'll give him some time in order to take off his beams and not do an extra pause.
Yeah, I think Behemoth is a strong advocate for just using charge shots. Not really, no X factors. I don't think he's in the camp that he believes it might be faster to X factor. Especially given that there's a newer setup to start the Ridley fight. Alright, here we go. Good backup, by the way. Getting the morph and nailing that lava spark.
Yep, very nicely done. So Lower Norfair, probably the most dangerous section in this run. Compared to Old Route, you don't have space jump, which makes some rooms like Amphitheater just harder, as well as worst room in the game. You also don't have plasma, so you can't really kill enemies quickly or just run through them and abuse their iframes. So really, it's super important to kind of know how to manipulate the enemies and dodge them. And we'll see that a lot, especially as they try to escape from Lower Norfair.
I saw Behemoth powerbomb the pillars. Must be because he does not want to waste any energy. Having a safer Lower Norfair.
Yeah, he only has one powerbomb now. And there is a yellow door coming up, as well as a bunch of powerbomb blocks he has to break. So
he's gonna have to pick them up.
Yeah, he didn't go in Fire Fleet to grab more power bombs, so he definitely has to grab the PB's a shame now.
I'm pretty certain that it's a strategy because you take, I don't know. Then again, you have to avoid this Tuskegee over here too. Kipp also entering Lower Norfair right about now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and this is really scary because, like I said, without plasma, you can't really kill these enemies very quickly. So, okay, yeah, he's gonna abuse. He tried to abuse the iframes from the power bombs in order to get past the Tuskegee, but it didn't quite work, and he did take a hit. He's still okay as long as he doesn't get hit by these pirates. Yeah, he's okay now.
Yeah, pretty good. He might have wanted to calculate so that he gets a lot, just only, I don't know, energy from the pirates as well. Let's be careful. All right, Kipp made it through. Just taking one hit.
Yeah, he's still okay. He can still take a hit from really any of these enemies. And he might get some extra health too if he does this Shine Spark strat in the Key Hunter shaft that I think Behemoth went for, but he just missed on accident. Yeah, Kipp getting a nice 40 health there. So now with Behemoth on the Ridley fight, just to kind of discuss what's different with using X Factors and not. Without using X Factors, you can kind of argue that there's more room for error in this fight. You need to do 60 charge shots to take out Ridley, and because his patterns are kind of erratic and sometimes hard to react to, you're just prone to make more mistakes if you have to do 60 beam shots. Whereas using X Factors takes away the total number of shots you have to do, so there's less opportunity to make mistakes and lose time in the fight. But so far, it looks like Behemoth's doing a very good job.
Really good job.
Pretty much shooting his charge shots as soon as they're ready, getting all those supers in and jumping right into Ridley's claws. That was a really clean fight.
That's beautiful. Going for some of the newer Ridley strats to help speed it up.
So now we see Kipp coming in the room. He's going to stand right where Ridley's at, initiate an X Factor.
Assuming that he did.
Yeah, it looks like he did. Is it
4? 3?
I think it was 3 or 4. I forgot how many power bombs he had.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to reduce the amount of charge shots he's going to have to do for this fight. Which not only is good in reducing the errors you make, but in a way also helps you survive a little bit, just because it's not as long of a fight. And let's look at Behemoth really quick. He did not grab the Ridley E-Tank. And all these enemies pretty much do 50 damage. It looks like he took 1 hit in the Key Hunter shaft. He's probably only going to be able to take 1 hit. Yeah, he's definitely only going to be able to take 1 hit now in 3 Musketeers. So he has to pull that strat off pretty well, or else it could be bad news for him.
Good fight for Kipp.
Yeah, it looks like Kipp didn't have too much troubles, didn't really lose energy. That was pretty quick.
And of course, I'm assuming that he's... Yeah, he's going to skip the tank. Anything to catch up to Behemoth right now. But that was also really... Wow.
Yeah, super clean 3 Musketeers from Behemoth, not taking a single hit, which is great. At this point for Behemoth, there's definitely some areas where you could still die, but it's not nearly as dangerous as the section he just completed, and that Kipp's currently doing.
Oh, also Kipp using this strat to take advantage of the iframes that you were talking about earlier that Behemoth was trying to do. Escaping the power bombs is shame. But what he does there is that he purposely takes a hit just so that he can get the iframes to clip through the last Esgiga and speed booster or speedball his way out as he did. Oh, nice.
Yeah, Kipp doing a nice job dodging those Key Hunters. Those last 2 in the room, it's sort of up to luck whether they're in a favorable position or not. You can somewhat manipulate them with your movement, but it's very tough to get through that room without at least getting hit once. And with Kipp's energy right now, he can take 3 hits from these enemies. Only takes 1, which is great. So both runners now out of the super scary part of the run.
Upcoming great quick kill for Behemoth. Done and done. Picking up Varia, also an item that's required just so that you don't have to pick up, 3 more E-Tanks at the end of picking up 3.
Yep.
So, what are the final times that we're kind of expecting both runners to be getting? I don't know if you could probably gauge that right about now.
I would say Kipp is probably around 45-ish, whereas Behemoth probably a 43 maybe? I'm not too sure on
Behemoth's times.
Like for new route yet. I based on how I've seen them play, that's probably kind of close.
Yeah, because I feel like I remember back in the day, runners hitting like Batoon or getting the Batoon kill at around the 30-minute mark could possibly mean a 42 or something.
Kipp also with a nice crate quick kill.
So nice, no troll pattern for Behemoth from Botwoon. Both runners with just one last boss before entering Torian. Behemoth is already there. He's going to be setting up his, of course, signature rain dance.
Yes. So this boss fight also can be a bit scary. Behemoth getting full halfy is just under 300 energy. If you get hit a couple of times in this fight, you may not have a ton of energy to do Shine Sparks and risk taking chain damage and dying. Looks like a really good opener from Behemoth, though. Fortunately, not getting that goo second round.
Still capitalizing on a really good 3-round, which I've heard can be faster than your regular lottery opener. Or lotto. That's what it is, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah. And Behemoth successfully carrying his spike suit up into Coliseum, getting across that room very quickly, with pretty good drops coming out of Dragon too. Now we'll see Kipp attempt his full halfy. Very nice.
And he even gets to skip the platform. Like, he got that pixel perfect height where he clipped right into the ceiling. But I really don't doubt him, just having to pick up that. It could have been an energy drop just for the safety.
So Behemoth's ammo count right now is really good. He's got plenty of health to do a grouping strat if he wants in room 1. Plenty of supers at the moment to take out those Metroids quickly. So as long as he doesn't get like super bad luck, I don't see him having a ton of trouble with the Metroid rooms.
Should be right here for Kipp. It's a really good opener. Nice fight. Incredible fight right there.
And Kipp not going for a spike suit, but still manages to carry his blue suit up in the Coliseum. Meanwhile, Behemoth coming to G4 with a mid 34 time.
Yeah, that's about like a high 42 or something.
Yeah.
Nice, the hole-in-one for Kipp. That's actually really not easy at all. Farming up right here. It's a good energy. Having that. Oh, what? Okay. I guess those bugs just don't want to drop supers. It's fine. It's a little sketchy. Just gonna have to play Torian a little safer. Play more missiles.
Oh, that was a really clean room one by Behemoth. Even did that like missile strat on the first Metroid.
Mm-hmm. That's always really good to see.
Behemoth 17 and 8 going into the last room should be okay as long as he gets at least one super here. And there we go.
Yeah, good job.
Now Kipp coming in at G4 with a mid 36. So not too far behind Behemoth, but still a very respectable time. Also Behemoth getting baby skip pretty much as expected. Runners at this level can get that trick pretty consistently. And Behemoth actually going for a save.
That means
right
assuring
before.
his win.
Yeah. While this fight, this Mother Brain 2 fight, it's not super scary. Some of her patterns can be a little tough to dodge. And also just one slip up and getting hit by a catch-up beam means the end of your run. So definitely can't fault him for saving there.
Just watch out for these super drops for Kipp. Oh my gosh. Nothing in the second one. Still two more. There we go. Excellent. It's like exactly what you would prefer.
All right, Kipp coming up to his baby skip now.
Behemoth only a few shots away from initiating. There we are.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Yeah, Kipp jumping a little too high and clipping one of those standy enemies, whatever you want to call them up there. But facing right, saving himself some frames. And Behemoth is done with his Mother Brain 2 fight. And barring any major catastrophes here, we will not see Behemoth die. There are some runners that have died to Mother Brain 3, but it is kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult. But we can call out the runners that have died to Mother Brain 3 if you guys want. It's up to you. No, that's pretty rough. Sometimes happens in ways that you kind of don't expect it. It just takes you by surprise. All right.
Kipp with a really clean Mother Brain 1, not wasting any ammo.
Honestly, I know for sure Kipp, as long as he can finish his run, that's what it's about. Behemoth already on Mother Brain 3. I believe Hyper Beam does 1,000, so it's just essentially just 18 shots straight to the face.
Yeah, nicely done by Behemoth, and now he is just one escape sequence away from taking this game and moving on to the semifinals.
That's it. All right, Kipp also well on his way to complete his run.
And Behemoth doing his patented spark up the climb. And with that, Behemoth has done an official SRL time of 42:47. GG to Behemoth. Really nice run.
Good game. Yep, advancing to semis.
Yeah, he took the extra missile pack by wave. Also took that save right before Mother Brain. Had to get power bombs of shame. Not by choice, but other than that, he went pretty all out. No Ridley tank. So, pretty impressive run.
Yep, and both runners having a pretty wholesome exchange in the IRC. Just know that there's nothing but love in SM when it comes to these types of races. Again, it's just a matter of respect. Going all out. And now it's just the escape sequence for Kipp.
Alright, Kipp, not doing a Behemoth Spark, just doing the old traditional vertical. And coming up Parlor now, he is just one door transition away from finishing his run. Kipp has done an official SRL time of 45:23. GG to Kipp.
Give it up. Both runners, make sure, just a real quick reminder to follow both Kipp and Behemoth. What a race, honestly. With giving it their best. I don't know, adapting to each situation, getting some pretty interesting Fantoon fights and just narrowly avoiding death. GG to both of them.
Yeah, I think they both proved why they're in the quarterfinals here. They run these routes very well, and as well as the times where we saw a mishap, their ability to adapt to it was really good. And that's a big thing with this game is you're never, well, maybe if you're Behemoth, but you're never going to have a totally perfect run. There's always stuff that you kind of have to have a backup for, just be able to adapt to on the fly. And especially with new route, there's so many places where it's easy to die, and you have to kind of be very aware of what's happening and what you can do when stuff goes wrong.
Hi guys.
How's it going? Joining us right now, Behemoth, what's up?
Hi.
Congratulations on the win.
Thanks.
Yeah, how do you feel about the casual 42 with the save, of course?
Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I mean, the run started a bit shaky as usual, and then I got CWJ, and Fantoon was pretty good, so it kind of put me on a good pace, and I'm happy with a mid game and late game to get a good run anyway. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, going out risky like that with the air doppers.
Yeah.
Was actually a really good choice because it got you out of that situation like ASAP. You were able to 2-round, and that's pretty much how you want the Fantoon fight to go.
Yeah, if you do it a certain way, it's not too bad. Like at first, it's really hard to get air doppers consistently, but yeah, it worked out.
Also with us right now, we have Kipp. Kipp, good game, man.
Hey, thanks. What's up, Sapphire Sliders? How are y'all?
Good, dude. Honestly, an incredible race. I'm glad that you both got to face each other once more. You know, just that first race that happened during groups was something to spectate, you know, and this one definitely something to behold just because of the progression, Behemoth getting world record and Kipp getting the 43, having one of the better runs of the tournament. Honestly, you both deserve a lot of merit.
Yeah, it was a fun tournament, man. It was really cool to race Behemoth again. Technically, I think I went 5-2 in the tournament overall, and both my losses were to the world record holder, so I can't really complain about that. And I had a really tough run today. Obviously, I had some trouble at Moat, and then I don't know if y'all saw, but like Fantoon didn't give me any missiles at all. Like it was really hard. That's like probably the worst Fantoon I've had in like a month. But anyway, I actually cut like 40 something seconds from gravity to G4 off my PB. So I feel like I actually played pretty good through most of it. And this run was a terrible run, but actually beat the time that I had against Behemoth the last time. And I felt like that was good at the time. So I feel like I've made some progress, and it's been a lot of fun being in the tournament and just, you know, not only practicing myself, but watching everybody else do their runs. So it's been great.
So I just kind of wondered what you both have to say to each other, given the circumstances. I know Kipp is a huge, you know, Behemoth enthusiast, and Behemoth always repping Super Metroid, making it to the top. I mean, I don't know what you guys think of each other. I saw that wholesomeness in the chat though, so that's why I wanted to bring it out of you guys.
Behemoth, I'll let you go first. Go ahead.
It's always an honor to race Kipp, you know, and he's obviously improved a lot. So there was definitely some pressure into this race. I mean, there was pressure in the first one, but there was a little bit more in this one as well. So I had to put out all the stops.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. And obviously it's an honor to race you too. I think I've told you before, but you know, number one, I've stolen a lot of your strats. So number one, thank you. And number two, just, I have immense respect. Like I respect, everybody that goes out and speed runs any game or anything, but I have like an incredible amount of respect for the really top tier runners of this game, just because I've put a lot of time into this game and I know how hard it really is. So to watch you guys do stuff at your level is like really inspiring. So GG, and I look forward to watching the rest of your races in the tournament.
Thanks, Kipp. Means a lot, man.
Yeah, and thank you, Sloters and Sephi. Appreciate the commentary, guys. And I guess I'll just say GG. Thank you, chat, for all the love, and I'll catch everybody later.
Thanks, everybody.
So that was that. Sloters, did you have anything to say? I'm sorry.
No, you covered the questions pretty well. GG to both Kipp and Behemoth. Thank you guys for putting on a good show for us. Again, both these guys really like upper echelon of this game. So make sure you give these guys a follow. Both of them are really cool and have.
And Sloters, follow him and only him.
Make sure you follow Sippy too. All three of those guys, like really cool streams, really cool guys. But yeah, that is the only match we have scheduled right now. But we'll have some other quarterfinals matches, hopefully done by the end of the week, and then we'll be wrapping up the tournament pretty soon. So definitely keep an eye on the schedule. Make sure you don't miss any of the upcoming races. They're all going to be really good. But yeah, I think that's about it for me.
Yeah, so thank you for watching, everybody. And Sloters, thank you again for joining me on commentary, being able to make it.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to cast with you.
You guys take care. Have a lovely day or night and stuff. All right, bye.